Hey folks, Daily Landsblog here, and I wanted to say a few things about Amy Bluell, who of course started the Semicolon Project, or Project Semicolon. And we got a lot of response to me sharing my feelings about Amy and what she brought and the tragedy of her death. And a lot of people were saying, I'm really sorry for the loss of your friend. And I'm a huge believer that when people pass away, often other people claim to have be experiencing more pain. They claim to have been closer with someone. I never met Amy. So I am exactly like you, unless you met her, and most people didn't. She was famous throughout the world because of what she did for mental health. But she was not a friend of mine, but she was a hero of mine. And she was not someone that I ever met, but I felt like I shared something, like we had a bond. And that's the same bond that I have with you, even though we maybe never have met. A shared life experience, a shared place that exists in my head and your head, and maybe not other people's head, is something that is incredibly powerful. So I just wanted to say that, hey, my pain from her passing is no greater than anybody else's. There's a huge void, and there's a lot of people trying to figure out what to do. And there's also a lot of people that ask me this question all the time. They say, does SickNotWeak, does this project that you and some others have, does it help you with your illness? Because if it did, then you would think that Amy's incredible sharing, how she impacted people all across the world, would have insulated her against this horrible illness that she was experiencing. And my answer to that almost always is no. This has no bearing on my illness, on how I feel on a given day, on how I cope with my illness. This has a massive bearing on how I feel about myself as a human being, my usefulness, my purpose, all of that. This has changed my life. Just the sense that I can use my pain for somebody else's good is incredible. And as I was just preparing to do this, the Daily Landsblog, I was reading about Amy, and she had so many of these very clever ways to summarize what many of us feel. And one of them was pain for the purpose. And I absolutely understand that. This pain that I experience has a purpose, and it has a bonus. And, I've said this before to you, that I get to use this poison inside me to be somebody else's medicine. Doesn't help me. It's not my medicine, but it helps me feel better about myself, simply as a human being. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. We're here till nobody needs us anymore, and we can assume then we're probably not going anywhere.